Hello and welcome. Thank you very much for scanning through on our QR code. It is appreciated. And as a way of saying and showing our thanks, I'm going to talk about how to make sure your organization's waste management system is compliant with UK regulations. It's a question that we get asked by our clients in many different forms. So I think it's an important one to tackle and deal with. And how I'm going to do it is break it down into three key steps to help you meet your duty of care and apply the 2011 waste hierarchy effectively. So whilst waste compliance is good practice, it's not just good practice. There is a legal requirement under the Environmental Protection Act 1990 and the Waste Regulations 2011, as well as some other regulations and legislations within, but they're the main two that we'll be covering today. Managing waste correctly protects your business, your people, and the environment. And it also helps avoid costly fines and builds your reputation as a responsible operator. The first step is understanding your legal duty of care, that you have a duty of care, and in turn, what that duty of care means. So every business that produces, stores, transports, or disposes of waste must handle it safely and responsibly. So what that firstly means is no one is above this, no one can get away with this. And what that then means in turn is that we have to therefore do it correctly. So how do we do it correctly? Well, we use licensed waste carriers. We keep our waste transfer notes for a minimum of 2 years, and we keep our hazardous waste consignment notes for a minimum of 3 years. So think of this as your paper trail of compliance. It'll be the first place where the Environment Agency go to should they do an investigation on you, and they'll want to see documentation to back up the transfer of the waste with the correct carrier's licenses in there and other relevant details like permit numbers or exemption numbers. The second step is applying the waste hierarchy, which prioritizes waste handling from most to least sustainable. Obviously, the preference being on adopting systems that are more sustainable and have less or minimal, or in fact, in best case, zero impact to the environment. It starts with prevention, so that avoiding the waste altogether. So that would come back to initial manufacturing processes, looking at what materials you're using. Is there alternate materials that are available? From prevention, we go into reuse, recycle, recover, which would be energy from waste. You're recovering the energetic value or calorific value of that waste and ultimately turning that into electricity, diverting from landfill. Disposal, which is the last on the waste hierarchy, referred to as the last resort, as once items, waste goes into landfill, any sort of value from them or reuse from them is lost. You should be able to show how your business follows these steps, whether through audits, supplier reviews, or updated waste contracts. Step 3 is about reviewing and recording. So good waste management isn't something that you just set up once and forget about. Good waste management has to be something that's regularly looked at. So review your waste streams regularly. Make sure your contractors' licenses are still valid and keep your documentation current. If your business changes, for example, you've got new packaging materials you're using or you've brought in some new suppliers, review your system again to make sure it's still compliant. So in summary, we have step 1, know your responsibilities and use licensed carriers. Step 2, follow the waste hierarchy to reduce, reuse and recycle. Step 3, keep accurate records and review your processes regularly. These 3 actions are the foundations of responsible and compliant waste management. Getting compliance right brings real benefits. They're the obvious ones like avoiding fines or legal issues, but for me, the most important ones are elements like reducing your waste costs, improving your environmental performance, and in turn, strengthening your brand reputation. Our clients and the EA are increasingly expecting more and more sustainable practices with continual improvement built into them. Compliance shows leadership and integrity in this aspect. To sum up, compliance isn't just about ticking boxes, and I hope that's come across today in this talk. It's about protecting your business, protecting your people, and the environment. So when you follow these steps, you not only meet your legal obligations, you contribute to a cleaner and more sustainable future. If you'd like help reviewing your waste management system, we can support you with things like audits, documentation, contractor checks to make sure everything aligns with UK regulations. You can reach us at info@eswm.org.uk by phone at 01635 550 555 or visit our website www.eswm.org.uk for more information. Thank you very much for watching, and remember, good waste management starts with understanding your duty of care.